everybody, welcome back to Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Jennifer and this is my mom Carol. It is Sunday afternoon, right? Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. We just had a great weekend. My cousin and her kids were here to spend some time with my daughter before she heads off to college in 1 month.
It was a zoo.
It was a zoo, but it was fun. And so now we're filming our Flosstube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We just had good Mexican lunch.
We did. We had
Went to
Chewies.
Chewies.
We've had Chewies cups before on our channel. If you've been here a long time, it's not the first time you've heard about Chewies. One of our favorite places to eat lunch.
Yep.
We'll start with just a quick thank you. Thank you very much to everybody who's back to watch our craziness again. I'm sure we'll have plenty of that for you today. And thank you to everybody who's new here. Appreciate our subscribers and also the people who just swing by and watch an episode now and then.
And if you're new and you think you want to come back, that would be great. Click like and subscribe. That would be really good. We're getting close to 5,000.
Very close, yeah.
Which we find amazing.
I know.
This is Flosstube number 41. So,
oh, yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah, and it's, you know, hopefully we'll hit 5,000 before we get to 50. But,
oh, yeah, I think so.
So if you're here, we'd love for you to stay.
Yeah.
And find out what crazy things we do.
And if you see us snacking, she just dumped out a whole box of, like, movie theater sized junior mints so that we would eat mints because we just have Mexican food. So the mints help.
She taught me.
Yeah, so we saw a few people between our last episode and now. You
actually before our last episode.
Yeah.
We met Wendy, who is from Iowa, but she was at StitchCon B, I think. One of them in Cincinnati, and she texted us and said, I'm driving home, can we meet for breakfast? And we did. I said to Jennifer, I can't wait to go. It was the day before my colonoscopy and I couldn't eat anything. I wound up, I could have a bagel.
Juice and a bagel with butter.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But we had a great time with Wendy, and it was so funny when I said, oh, you've got to show us your haul. So she opened her passenger door. Then she opened the door behind her passenger door. Then she opened her tailgate.
Yeah, it was very fun.
So it was great. She just told us all about it. It sounded like it was such a good time. Yeah. And we want to say hi to Kathy, who won the grand prize there. And the grand prize was her registration for next year is paid.
Yeah, and Kathy came to our spring.
Yeah, she came to our spring retreat. I think she signed up again. And that was kind of neat. And Wendy said, there were so many people. She said, I didn't know she was there until they called her name. And as she was walking along, I was like, I know her. So hi, Wendy, and hi, Kathy. Sorry we forgot you, Wendy, but I had anesthesia. And, I'm crap after that. So
yeah. Colonoscopy went well. You had a good nap, right?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. I just would do one of those every week if I could.
Oh, my gosh. All right. And
I only had Coke for lunch. I'm kidding.
And then I went to Acorns Threads in Portland on our family vacation. We'll talk more about that trip later, but it was the greatest thing. My daughter and I walked in and we were looking around a little bit, and the owner, Janine, came out and she said, we've been waiting for you. And it was very cool. And we went next door to the annex, and Connie and Susan's sister were there, and we sat and talked to them and Janine for, I think, a good hour. And all of a sudden I looked at the time and I said, Jenna, what time did we tell the boys to be back? Because we told them to go do something else. We were like, don't sit in the parking lot and wait, go find something to do. So they found a park to go to where you could see like a view of Portland. And she said, they're going to be here in 5 minutes. I said, text them and tell them take another half hour. But they were already on their way. So then I was like, we got to go shop. So then we shopped. And while we were shopping, Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, came in. And it was very fun. We both kind of went, oh! She walked in the door. So we got a quick picture. It was very fun to see her for a few minutes. And then you saw some people at Persnickety, our local shop.
Marie from Wisconsin came in with her daughter. It was great to see her. And then, that was neat. We didn't have that many visitors this time.
No.
But it was fun.
Well, let's jump right into our quilt of the day. This is your quilt, so tell us a little bit about it.
It was going to be a skirt. And I had the fabric forever.
Fabric.
Yeah, that fabric, which is the border. You can really see it. And I was gonna make a skirt, and obviously that didn't happen. And so it's been a while since I put it together.
A long time, yeah.
And I think what I did, I would say 95% sure that I gave a piece of fabric to each of my bee members and said, pick a color from the feature fabric, from the print, and make a block. And so that's what they did.
I'm pretty sure that's what you did, because there's 12 blocks.
Yeah, there's 12 blocks.
I think I made this one down here.
Okay.
The yellow one.
And so, yeah, so this is what came out, and I love it. And my friend Pam quilted it, and it was one more thing off the pile, which is really nice. And she has another one now. And so, yeah, I love it. It's really bright and cheery.
And it's a good lap size.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good lap quilt.
It's a large lap size quilt.
Yeah, Jennifer was hanging it. She said, I didn't know it was this big. I said, neither did I, until I started binding it and ran out of binding.
These are probably 12-inch blocks?
I think so.
Yeah. And it's quilted in the blocks with a really pretty feather design. And then, like, beads through the sashay.
Yeah,
and feathers on the... Yeah. And the
back is a pretty...
Is a pretty yellow and white print.
And you'll see more of that later on. So that's my quilt of the day, unknown pattern. Not sure who made it. But other than that,
I think you just picked a block online and had us all make that block. Yeah.
Something easy that would be a good feature fabric.
Easy, she says. There's like 1 million half square triangles in this, and they all have to match.
Yeah. But everybody did a good job.
16, that's how many half square triangles. When I joined the bee, when my daughter was baby, she talked me into joining the bee because I was going to work part-time. And she said, it's okay. The blocks are not that hard, and I will help you. And I was a very beginning quilter at this time. And the first block, I think it was supposed to be a 12-inch block, and mine came out at 10.5 inches. And I was talking to her on the phone. I'm like, I think it's fine. She's like, you cannot give her that block. And she came down, and after we put the baby to bed, 2 hours. I was like, I'm going to quit this bee if every block takes me 2 hours. It was a basket block.
Oh,
with, all the triangles, and then they have to line up, and then you had to do the handle.
I don't even remember that.
It was for Nancy.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, Mom, I cannot do this every single month. So luckily, I got better, and they got easier.
Our bee is called Block Builders Bee, and we first, for several years, what we did, we had 12 members, and each month, one of the members would pick a block that she wanted us to make. And we had some great fun. One gal gave us a block in black and white and said, I want you to use red, white, and blue any way you want to. And the difference was amazing. Somewhere I have a picture of that quilt. I wish I could find it. The blocks, the way they turned out, the same color and the same pattern, same colors, red, white, and blue. But oh my gosh, it was
It's all
great.
Based on where you put the darks and the lights.
Yeah, it was amazing. And so we don't do that anymore because we've all gotten old and we have more than enough stuff that we don't need. So, but this was from several years ago.
I still have a couple of quilts blocks from that I need to put in the quilts. Yeah.
So that's my unknown quilt of the day.
Yeah, good. All right, well, let's jump into life updates.
Okay, well, you guys know about Cole, and I lost him.
If they don't know, Cole was her previous dog who very sadly died in the fall.
October.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, we didn't expect him to go.
No.
And you've seen all the memories and everything else. You've seen me cry. So there's a place by us called the Love Pet Project. And they had an open house today. So we went to the open house.
And we met this cute little boy.
He was adorable. But I didn't get him. And the reason I didn't get him is, first of all, I hadn't told my husband. Who would probably be okay with it. But we're having some health issues. And so as a result, it would really fall on me to run around cleaning up all the pee and the poop in the house. And exercising and everything else. So I need an older dog. I need one maybe that's 2 or 3, not 3 months.
It was a good experience for you to confirm puppies are cute, but not the right dog for you.
I did my best not to cry when we left. Yeah. I was choked up, but I didn't cry.
That's okay. He's probably gone by now. I think that other family that was there, they were eyeing him.
Yeah, he was a golden. He was so adorable. Oh my gosh, you guys. He was so cute and so soft.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we took him outside and he walked around and he really liked sticks.
Yeah.
I would have had to raid somebody's yard because we don't have many trees in our yard. We don't have a lot of sticks. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't get him, but I'm getting closer.
Yes.
They said they would have more older dogs. They've had an issue with some kennel cough. So they don't want to bring the older dogs in because they're treating the puppies right now. And they don't want to pass it on. So hopefully in another week or 10 days, they'll have some older dogs. And then maybe the next time we film. Maybe the next time we film. Yeah. So hopefully.
So in the 3 weeks since we last filmed, I went on vacation. my family and I were driven to the airport very early in the morning by a wonderful mother, and then picked up very early in the morning by the same wonderful mother.
Who also kept the wonderful dog and the pain in the ass cat. I mean,
yes, but they got along. She came into the sewing room. She chit-chatted with you.
Yeah. Pooped on the floor.
So the cat did okay, and Mom did okay. That's the important summary.
Jennifer kept calling me, is she still alive?
I said, can you send pictures of the cat? But we had a fantastic vacation. I will include a few pictures at the end. We spent time in Washington and then Central Oregon, went to the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, and then went to the Oregon coast for a few days. And then we ended our trip up in northern Washington to do some whale watching. So it was a fantastic trip. If you haven't been out there and you can make it happen, I highly recommend it. It was great.
Plus the cross-stitch store was pretty good too.
Yeah, and Acorns and Threads. I mean, you can't pass that up. So so it was a great family
Not
trip.
that I'm bitter.
So
and see, I did get a shirt.
And she got a shirt from Sisters.
Yeah, Jennifer was like, hold your boobs up. So there they are.
There they are. Yep. All right. Well, let's go into questions from our last episode. We can start with the question we asked you, which is, what is the best stitch shop or quilt shop that you visited on vacation? I'm not surprised, but you gave me no shortage of stores. So we're going to do lightning round through this. And what we'll do is, if you've been to one, you raise your hand as I say them. I'm going to give you this state. And if you want to know where in that state, either Google it or you can look through the comments of our last episode. Okay. Country Sampler. These are stitching stores first. Country Sampler in Wisconsin. Shepherd's Bush in Utah. Hobby House in New York. Dying to Stitch in Virginia. Tinsmith's Wife in Texas. Golden Needle in Texas. The Back Stitch in Iowa, which is also a quilt shop, as is Country Sampler from Wisconsin. Colorado Cross Stitch. The Silver Needle. Oh, Colorado Cross Stitch, Colorado. Silver Needle, Oklahoma. Oh, you haven't been to any of them yet, I'm realizing. Okay. The Tudor Rose, Georgia. Heart's Desire, Kansas. We have some traveling to do then.
Yes, we do.
Salty
leaving
Yarn,
in a month. Yay.
Maryland. Shanty Stitchers, South Dakota, which is, I think, maybe also a quilt shop. I'm not sure. The Cherry Pit, Tennessee. Stitchery Nook, Iowa. Keepsakes, Ohio. Always in Stitches, Indiana.
Yay.
House of Stitches, Indiana.
Yay.
The Attic, Arizona.
Nope.
The Quarter Stitch, Louisiana. Cross Stitch Cupboard, Florida. Stitchville, Minnesota. Brick City Cross Stitch, Florida. In Stitches, Maryland. Yeah, raise your hand. You've been there. You don't remember, but you have. We talked about this last time. Okay. The Counting House, South Carolina. Welcome Stitchery in Minnesota. And Barefoot Needle Arts in South Carolina. Okay, 3 of you share with us yarn shops. In Massachusetts, Webb's.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. In Missouri, Castaways. And in Virginia, Fiberspace. That one is near DC, I think.
I did go to one in with my daughter-in-law several years ago. It was a little shop, and it was in Gaithersburg, maybe. I can't remember for sure. Somewhere close to Gaithersburg. But no.
I think this one was in Virginia, but near
and I've been to one up in Massachusetts. Yeah. That was a great one too.
All right, now quilt shops. Buttermilk Basin in Minnesota. One Quilt Place in Texas. Quilts Plus in Washington. That was funny because we have a Quilts Plus right here. Inspired to Sew in Iowa. Woolen Needle in Iowa. The Quilt Place in Florida. Rusty Crow Quilt Shop in North Carolina. Quilter Station in Missouri. Barn Door Quilts in Wisconsin. Sew Uptown in Oklahoma. The Quilted Crow in Massachusetts. Tumbleweeds in Massachusetts. Apple Tree Quilting in Missouri. Gruber's in Minnesota. Several people mentioned that one. Capital Quilts in Maryland.
Yes, been there lots. I went a little crazy last time.
Missouri Star in Missouri. The Wild Hare in Idaho. And then Pastime Treasures in Ontario, which I think is also a stitch shop. And then winning the prize for the furthest great shop to visit in Sligo, Ireland, the Crafter's Basket.
Wow.
Which I think she said was multiple crafts.
Now, where did you go when you were in Hawaii?
So somebody mentioned that she went to that shop and got a turtle quilt, which I also did.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the shop. But that one too, on the Big Island. But not, I think it's in Kona. Not near the Volcanoes National Park. It's the other, like, couple hours from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks. That's a lot of great shops. And as you can see, we have a lot more shopping to do. More shop hopping.
We do.
And then somebody mentioned the new Color and Cotton shop.
I know, I'm dying
have tried to go, but it was closed.
That's not far from us, really. It's only
we're gonna have
3 or 4 hours.
We're going to have to make a round trip and go up to, is it Be Stitch Me? That's up in northern Illinois, and then we can work our way around St. Louis and come back. Yeah. So thank you very much to everybody who shared those great shops with us. And hopefully if you're going on vacation anytime soon and heard a state name, you can look up the shop that goes with that state.
Or if you have, again, follow the comments in the last.
The details.
Yeah.
Will be there.
The comments, they'll be there.
Yeah. All right.
So that was great. You guys gave us some great tips.
Yeah.
Great tips.
Yeah.
We're dying to get on the road. Like, we need more stuff.
I know, but it's so fun to see different shops.
She just looked at me and said, why did you buy all this stuff? And now she's saying we need to go on a road trip. So who's the enabler here? Think about it. It's not the old lady. It's the middle-aged lady.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, let's jump into questions from our viewers. And sorry, I missed the name of the person who asked this, but someone asked, did we quilt before we cross-stitched? How about you?
Sort of. But I was no, I take that back. I started when Eric was in either kindergarten or first grade. And cross-stitching. And I didn't start quilting until later.
But you sewed extensively.
I sewed. I used to make all their clothes. Stretch and sew was very popular.
You made your wedding dress?
Yeah, I made my wedding dress. Which was not a big project. I mean, it was not a real fancy dress. Dyed the lace in the sink and tea. In the bathroom sink in my apartment I shared with a roommate. Yeah. Oh. And I used to make the kids. They had matching bathing suits. She had T-shirt dresses. They had matching T-shirts. I mean, they had everything, stretch and sew. Yeah. I used to go there a lot. I took a lot of classes from them. Yeah. And then I got into quilting. I guess my friend Fran got me.
When I was in college is when you really started quilting.
Yeah, Fran got me into it in Houston, and she said, come to be with me. And so I used to take my cross stitch all the time. And they were like, is that all you can do? So, but I really didn't start heavily quilting until I came up here.
Yeah. You had done a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Nothing. Yeah. And then I dragged her into that rabbit hole with me. And
and I cross-stitched long before I quilted.
Oh, yeah.
Because I started cross-stitching in probably late elementary or middle school. And
you got to bring your towel.
I didn't. Yeah, I do. I didn't start quilting until around the time my daughter was born, a little bit before
20 years ago.
Yeah, about 20 years ago is when I started quilting.
When she was young.
And then I went all in.
Yep.
I went from using my grandmother's old machine to owning
her featherweight
3 machines in a couple of years. So
including a long arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, between us, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 machines, including a long arm.
Yeah.
A little crazy.
All right. Karen wants to know how you print labels for your quilts.
I type it up in Word or Google Docs or whatever's working. And then you can buy, I should have grabbed it, you can buy fabric. And then you can buy it at Joann's with a 40 off coupon. And it's printable, and you just feed it into your printer, and it will print it out. You can print in color. The only thing I don't recommend is if you're going to do it on a quilt, you're going to wash. I don't know how to set the color. I'm sure there's, if we did it with an iron or, you dipped it in vinegar, I don't know what. But I have found that some of them that I washed, now I would do it for wall hangings, but not necessarily if it's going to be something
like a bed quilt.
Like a bed quilt or, if you're giving a quilt to a person or a child, there's a good chance that it will fade or, just kind of wash out after a while. Yeah. So any of you that have tips on how to keep it from doing that, that would be wonderful. Yeah. You can put them in the comments. And then the other time I embroider labels and they don't go away.
She has an embroidery machine that
one of the 7
to the left of her regular machine. And so she can have embroidery going and be sewing or stitching at the same time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a real hothouse in here sometimes.
All right. Sarah said she's stitching on black fabric for the first time and having some challenges. And
Good
she
luck.
noticed that both of us were stitching on black or charcoal fabric and asked for some tips. What are your tips?
My tips are, I haven't touched it. I usually try and use my light. I have lights scattered throughout the house. And I also, the one I'm working on is a linen. It's not an even weave. So that's even harder. Yeah. And so I've used the magnifier to some extent, but I haven't worked on it much because it's tough. It's challenging.
Yeah.
So I say, and also you can put like a white towel or something, a sheet or whatever on your lap underneath it. And if you have your light over you, it will let you see the holes a little better. Mm-hmm. It'll reflect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely, 2 tips. One would be use the magnifier. A lighted magnifier is great. And second is time of day. Like I don't tend to stitch on my black when I'm tired. I have to be pretty wide awake. And my eyes have to be pretty well rested.
And I found it's much better if I'm stitching during the day on the black. Even at night with artificial light, but it's like in my room, you can tell we have lights on, but it's pretty. A window
that has good sun and use a magnifier. That's the best.
Yeah. Or if you're outside.
And I also think you have to tilt it just the right way. Sometimes it's just a little bit of a tilt the other way that makes it easier to see.
And then you might want to have a glass of wine too.
All right.
Sorry, I don't know that we helped you. But
those tips help, Sarah. And if anybody else has tips for Sarah, please put them in the comments below. Wendy wants to know which Janome machines we own and what do we recommend for piecing quilts?
I have an 11,000 Janome, which is a combination embroidery machine and sewing machine. I haven't embroidered on it in years because I went off the deep end and bought my baby lock.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a 1960, which is I use from Janome, which is my travel machine. Yeah. And that works very well. I've taken that to retreats because the 11,000 is
big.
Heavy.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to get it downstairs. I have to either get my son-in-law, my grandson, or my next door neighbor to come carry it down for me. And then deal with it, getting it, at retreat. So it's much, I can handle the little one. And that's been fine for piecing. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a not horrendously expensive machine, that would be a good way to go.
And I have a Janome 6600 that I use at home. It's older. I've had it a long time and I love it. It's a fabulous machine if you can buy one.
It's a real workhorse.
Almost no embroidery on it. You can do little letters, but that's about it.
They're built in.
Yeah. And then my travel machine is a Janome Gem Platinum, which I don't remember if they make anymore.
I don't know if they do.
That was actually the first machine I bought, and that's a fantastic machine. Yeah. So I recommend getting a brand name machine at a sewing machine store, but low end of the price range, because you can get a great machine for piecing. I think as the machines get more expensive, often you're paying for extra stitches.
Bells and whistles that you don't necessarily use.
All kinds of bells and whistles you don't use for piecing. Now, I enjoy making bags, so I like having some of those bells and whistles.
Now, I had a Janome Gem like hers, and that's when she bought hers. But I upgraded to this one because it has a thread cutter.
Yeah, yeah. So you really have to think about what are the most important features. Yeah. And I would say try out a few, but far and above all of that, find a shop whose people you really like and who offer good service.
And also look at their trade-ins.
Yeah.
Because there are people who like with cars, trade in a new machine every year or two, or if something fancy comes out, they're like, oh, I have to have that, and they trade in, so you can get a really good price. And all those have been, when they come from a dealership, a sewing machine dealer, they've been refurbished, and they usually come with a warranty. Yeah. And you've got somebody you can talk to. And I know many of you don't live close to a store, and I'm sorry for you for that. But for those of you that do, I would highly recommend that. And the other thing I would say is whatever you're gonna buy for piecing, make sure you get yourself some kind of good light. Yeah, we have lights that we bought from IKEA. Two of them are on bases, and one of them clips onto the handle. But because the lights on the machines are.
You can also get lights that go to the underside of the machine. There's lots of options.
Yeah, Amazon has quite a few.
Yeah, but don't feel like you have to buy top of the line. You can get a great name brand machine for a low investment, either a new one or a used one, like you said. Yeah. All right, let's get into some stitching. We have some whips and some new starts to show. I can go first on whips until we get to new starts. So I took a couple of projects with me on vacation that would be easy on my eyes. This was the first one. It's Holiday Wishes, which was a Janome kit. If you've been around for a while, you've seen me work on this. I started this Santa in Stitch Mania in May. And I worked on him a couple of days, and then I worked on him the other night and today. And here's where he is. So I've gotten all the way down to the bottom in white, so you can't see it. But I came down with the other green and across. I filled in some more of the hat. The green's coming over here. So I'm mainly working on the border, but every once in a while I get tired of that. So then I have to go work on the Santa cap. So yeah, it's coming along. This is on plastic canvas. I think it's a 14 count, 16 count. I don't think it's 14 count. I think it's higher than that. Anyway, plastic canvas with
14 count. No, it says 14 count.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It's small 14 count with the threads from the packet, which I think are DMCs because the numbers sound awfully familiar. Yeah. So that one's fun, and that's coming along. Last night I asked my daughter what I should stitch on. I said this or that, and she said the Christmas one. I was like, "Are you sure?" She said, "Don't ask me if you're not going to do what I tell you."
She's leaving in a month.
Yeah.
I think most people are ready to say goodbye to her. Her brother is like, "You're not coming home till Christmas."
My next whip is my Temperature Stars by Zara Design Studio. I have fallen pretty far behind on this. I was keeping up with it until May, stitching on it every week, and then Stitch Mania happened, and then graduation, and now vacation. I'm stitching this on, I think it's 32 count Lugana. Yep, in the color Silvery Moon. I'm using all the called for colors. And I worked on this the other night, and here's where I am. We have had some warm days, so we're getting some oranges in there. I'm up to close to the end of June on this one. So I just really enjoy working on this. I love all the colors.
It's so pretty.
I thought it would bother me to do the color changes, but it really doesn't.
It's so neat.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Like I've said before, you look at the pattern and it's got a lot of different colors, and I'm like, why don't you have that? And then I realized, no, because we're not where that pattern was done.
That was definitely done in a warmer climate. Because at this point, they had a lot of dark reds, which is over 100 degrees. So
that could be any place else in the country except here.
I should get into a dark orange or maybe even a red in the next couple of things. And here's my rainbow of colors for this.
That's really pretty.
All DMC colors. Yeah, I don't go to red until it's 100 degrees. So hopefully I won't go to red anytime soon.
No, they're saying it's going to be in the high 90s by the end of the week. But
we haven't had the crazy weather here.
No.
The rest of the country. Well, the rest of the South has had.
Well, in the West.
In the West, yeah.
You didn't have that hot weather in Portland.
No, I think it was hot for Portland, but not for us.
Yeah.
Because it was so dry. Oh my gosh, it was lovely. And then my third whip is my Forest. So this is another one that I started during Stitch Mania. And it's by T.A. Smith Designs. And I am stitching this one on 36 count antique white linen with, I gotta pull out the thread card, a Karen silk in emerald.
I just read that the lady who founded Karen passed away.
Yeah. And this one I just worked on for a couple of days and filled in some more of the mountains. I did that little sun and this tree down here. And I left it mid-stitch, so there's still thread hanging.
That's not a shop sample, is it?
No, this is mine. Yeah. I really like it. It's fun to work on. So that's coming along well. And then I had one new start.
Well, can I do my whip before you get into
it? Do your whip.
Okay. I started
Which is also a new start. These are both new starts. Yeah.
I hadn't started.
Yes, because we went after we filmed, and that's when we got them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Highland Woods by Pedal Pusher, and it's really pretty. And I'm stitching it on 25 count Jobelin, and I think it's an antique white, but I can't remember.
I think it's antique white too.
And this is where I've gotten. Look how fast that's going. I just love it. I'm using Turkish Red by Weeks Dye Works, and if you decide to do this, it takes 4 skeins. So
on
25. Well, that's what they tell you.
Because you're 2 strands.
Yeah, it's 2 over 2 on 32 count. So
yeah,
you definitely would, on 25 count, it might even be bigger. But the DMC conversion is 321.
Up while you talk.
The DMC conversion is 321. But I love the color. There's a lot of variegation in it and everything. And it's going so quickly. Of course, last night I had the star in the middle, which is very much like this one. I had over half of it done and realized that it didn't end where it was supposed to end, and I was 1 row low. So I took out the whole star and
now
restarted
you get to put it back in.
Yep, and restarted it, and it's coming along. And actually, I restarted it twice because I did the same thing. I was like,
so
you can't count. But yeah, it's so pretty. It's going to be a shop sample. Yeah. And I've just had a lot of fun working on it. It's gone very quickly. I think it's the single color, and it's all
very open.
There's no half stitches or quarter stitches or funky stitches, at least yet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I think good. After we filmed last time, we went into persnickety.
Right.
I don't know why. I think you just said we need to go.
On the way, you decided that we needed more Christmas models.
Yeah, so in the shop. And then I had cut a piece of fabric a long time ago to make a model, and then market happened, and we decided not to make that one. So I was looking around because Vicki said, you cut this piece of fabric and you never stitched anything on it. So I picked out this one, which was I think it was a new release at market this year, which is, what's it called? Crab Dance by Tiny Modernists. It was definitely new to us. And I am squeezing it on to a piece of 14 count lilac Ada. And it's a really pretty purple. And gosh, it's not
really
there. It's showing up better on the white background. So yeah, I took this on vacation. I started it the day we were at the Oregon coast. And then we saw a crab shell. It was very cool. We saw a couple. And so this one's coming along pretty fast. And so this will definitely not be framed because I won't have enough fabric. I think I'm going to have like 1/2 inch on each side.
It's going to be a pillow or...
It'll be something tight that. Yeah. But that's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying stitching it. And the funny thing was another Instagrammer, whose name I can't remember who it was right now. She was going east to the coast, and she took this with her as her vacation stitch, and I was going west and took it with me. So that was kind of funny. So that was my new start and your new start.
Yeah.
And then finishes. We both have finishes.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Not FFOs.
No. Okay. This is my finish. Okay. This is the world of craters around me. Okay, I've been working on this drawn thread, which I did with Splendor Silk, and it's on 32 count Permian, I believe.
It's
this
the
is
Apple
the picture,
Blossom
the
Sampler.
Apple Blossom Sampler. And shockingly, I finished it. You see it up close? It's got little bees in it, and it's got all kinds of good stuff. It's got 2 different colors of pink. One's very soft.
And you did this not with a called for, but with
I went through the split. We had a box of Splendor Silk that someone had given us, and so instead of buying a bunch of silk, I just went through the box and did comparable colors. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm real happy.
Are you gonna have this framed, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Go up and wander and see what I can find.
And overall, the silk was okay, you thought?
I don't know that I would. I found no great delight. Some people say, "Oh, I love stitching the silk." It didn't do much for me. I'll go back to the overdyes and the DMC, and it was fine. Yeah. But it was fun, and
great job.
Again, it's letters.
I haven't seen it up close.
Yeah.
Did it have any specialty stitches?
Yes, over the center of the flowers. Don't show that one because it's off center.
Oh, which one? This
one?
one?
The petals. Yeah, it was like 1 stitch over 1 thread, single stitch. Well, actually, the whole thing was supposed to be single threads, but I didn't read that part until I was almost done. So it's over 2 threads over 2. But the center of the flower and the bees are all 1 little tiny stitch over, and then they were different colors for the bees, and it was fun.
Wow.
It was fun.
Nice.
And so
because I know the drawn thread often has specialty stitches.
Yeah. So it was
you
nothing
have some
super
more drawn
challenging.
thread patterns.
I think
seasonal
so.
Ones.
I think
pillows.
so. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I didn't get to press it before I showed you guys, but
no, it looks great.
Yeah. So
way to go.
Yes, we'll see. If Liz, that's my.
Your incentive is to find a frame in a couple of weeks so you
before.
can hand it off to a framer at our retreat.
Yep.
And I had a start and a finish, which was exciting. This was also one of my vacation pieces. So Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds. We got this from someone. I think this was an inheritance that somebody handed over to us. And I grabbed this one. Liz has stitched, Liz from Elizabethan has stitched, I think, the hummingbird. And I thought I was going to do that one, but then I wound up doing the cardinal. So I wanted to do it on something a little bit different. So I pulled out this fabric that Mom and I dyed, and I started it on the plane, and I finished it the day after we got home.
Oh my goodness.
And so I did the cardinals, and this is 18 count Ada that we dyed denim.
Yes.
With Rit dye. We dyed a couple of years ago. We showed it in one of our early videos. It was very fun. And I still have a big piece, so I'm thinking I might do a couple more of these
that'd
birds.
be great
I
to
like
do.
it on the blue.
Yeah.
I changed a lot of the colors because when I pulled the colors, when I pulled the colors that were in the chart, I just didn't like them that
really?
much.
Oh, okay.
They like the one that was supposed to be the cardinal wasn't red.
Oh, yeah.
It
Well,
was,
here he
it
looks
was kind
orange.
of an
They look
orangey
really
color.
orange.
Yeah. And I pulled out my thread and I just picked different colors. So if you're interested, I'll hang on to the conversion for maybe I'll tape it in the book so I don't forget it. But yeah, it was fun and it went quickly and I stitched on it. I'll always think of that trip because I remember sitting in the rental house and stitching on it. I stitched on it the day we got back from the day I went to the quilt show. So yeah, it's just a cute, fun stitch. So now I think I might do a couple of the other ones. I still like that hummingbird too.
Yeah, the finches are pretty too.
Yes,
I like
those.
the finches.
Yeah.
Not so much into the houses, but the hummingbird and the finches would be pretty.
Yep. So
they would show.
That's a start and a finish. Here are my thread colors. It's not a lot of colors. It's a green, a brown, couple reds, an orange. And that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So that was fun. It was a fun vacation piece. And I thought, oh, this will be easy because it's Ada. But it's 18 count Ada that was dyed.
So it sucked it up.
It was tight for 18 count and it was dark. So, yeah. And then the other one I finished, I told you guys last time I needed to put on my big girl pants and just spend a day or so, and that's all it took. I think I spent one night and one morning, and this was finished. This is Sunshine House by Little Stitch Girl. And I started this as part of WhipGo. I also have another one of the houses and look forward to doing that. It's on 28 count flax. And there it is. With a whole bunch of lazy daisies for those flowers and the leaves. Fun to do. Yeah, they were fun. They turned out well. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I know how I'm going to FFO it. And it's already cut because it's going to get done soon.
Wow.
I cut it out of the big piece of fabric.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm really happy with that finish.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, so Sunshine House.
Okay.
And I used all the called for colors on that. Some DMC and some Fancy Floss. All right, so that's finishes. FFOs. Look at you. I see you pulling stuff out.
Yep. I got this Elizabethan from Liz and can stitch and did this and said, this was so much fun it didn't take me any time. So of course I ordered it and then I screwed around with it and I finally got it done. But it is finished. I got dark green thread and here it is. It's so cute.
It is.
Yeah, it's all done.
What are you gonna?
I used sticky back felt on it, and it has a magnet with it. I don't think I'm gonna use it as a magnet. I haven't decided yet. I may just put some thread and beads in here and make it a hanging ornament.
An ornament
for the tree. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I like it. Show it again with the little jingle bells.
But yeah,
so
it came as a whole kit, so the jingle bells were there. Wait, is this one there? Sometimes they, yeah. So the jingle bells were there and everything, and it was fun. I finished it up at Stitch Group the other day. Yeah.
Nice.
So I was really pleased.
That's good.
And I have enough beads left over that I can certainly do.
You could do it again.
A hanger. No.
No,
I can do a hanger.
Oh, you could do a beaded hanger. Yeah, that would be pretty.
Because that's what I've done for some of the others that I've done.
Yeah.
The beaded hanger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my FFO.
Well, while we're talking ornaments, I FFO'd an ornament. So this one, oh, sorry, I didn't open the bag. This one is Christmas Joy by Praiseworthy Stitches. This came out at Market. If you're coming to Persnickety, we have them in the shop, fully kitted. It comes with the beads, the finishing piece, the trim, everything. And I was like, come on, this will not take you long to finish. And it did not. And
Did
so
it come
here
with a
it
curly
is.
hook?
It came with the curly hook.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the curly hook. It came with the ornament. It came with the trim. It came with the felt that goes on the back.
Oh my goodness.
All you had to add was a piece of batting to puff it out a little bit. So yeah, it's really cute.
Really...
Now, my finger touched somewhere. There it is. My finger touched glue and then touched this. So I got to hit it with some alcohol or something. But yeah, I just think it turned out so cute. It's going to be such a neat ornament for the tree.
And it's a quick stitch too.
And it was a very reasonable kit to come with. It came with the linen,
everything.
The floss, the beads, and the whole kit.
The trim?
Yeah, 2 trims. It's like a picot edge ribbon and then this snowflake plastic trim. Yeah.
And then the hanger, that's the best part.
The hanger is really cute. Yeah.
Oh, here, hold it up so you can see that.
Yeah.
See, the hanger is
curly Q.
Curly Q. It's really cute. Oh, I'm gonna have to take
so that's my first FFO, and that was a Whip Go project. So that was for June. I was catching up. That was my June Whip Go, which my challenge was to finish an ornament.
Very good.
You have another one?
Yep. Okay, you remember when we went down to Fancy Works for stitching and when I bought all those frames and I said you'd see some of them? Well, here's the first one. Liz framed that for me. And that's a...
Oh, that's cute.
I can't remember the name of the pattern now. It's been a while since I did it.
I think it was a trilogy.
Yeah, it was. It was a trilogy. That's right. It was a trilogy. I have no clue what I stitched it on, but... Yeah.
You probably used called for colors.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Is this a Mill Hill frame?
It's a Mill Hill frame. But
nice.
I had taken that down with me to look for a frame, and I went over to the one place where they had smaller frames, and I looked at that and I thought, oh my God, the color is perfect.
Yeah.
And so I pulled this, and yeah, it was. So Liz framed that for me.
Is this going to go in the dog bathroom?
Maybe, or it might stay in here.
Okay. She has a bathroom that's decorated all in dog things, and we have pictures of all the dogs in there. Yeah. Nice.
And then you've seen this one before finished, and I found the frame down there. It was perfect. So Liz finished that for me.
Nice. And this is Heinzit.
Heinzit. And,
or Heinzite.
Let It Snow.
Yeah.
Undone on blue fabric.
Yes. I think we decided this was well, this came in a kit, so you weren't sure what it was.
Yeah, no, the fabric didn't come.
Oh, I thought.
No, just the and then I think you've seen this before, but this is a seasonal thing. You know, I'm a sucker for seasonal things, and I had that one done.
This is a Country Cottage Needleworks set, I think.
Yeah, and then I had that one done, and I had winter done. Can you see winter? And then I did spring. Got that done. And then I did autumn. And a lot of times people just do like the house and everything, but I did the whole thing. And so the best part is my daughter-in-law appreciates when we make her stuff. And so this is her Christmas present.
And it's done already.
It's done. And it's set on the back so you can easily turn do the turn buttons and you can switch out the seasons, which I know she will do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So that's finished.
And you stitched, I think you stitched all of these on the called for fabrics, called for colors. This is a really light green.
Yeah.
The spring is and the winter are light
real
blues.
Pale blue. This is a blue.
The autumn
blue.
is a cream. Yeah.
And I did it because
they turned out great.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to have all of them done and ready to give to her at Christmas. And I think she'll be happy.
Good. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 FFOs.
Yeah. Awesome.
How's that for stunning?
I have 3 more to show, so I have 4 too.
Oh, aren't you wonderful?
So this is Lizzy Kate. She believed she could. I stitched this one here as one of my inspirational stitches, which are all going to get gifted next 2 weekends away from now. And this is the last one. I finished them all as flat folds. And so this one is on a crazy purple fabric.
Yeah.
I thought the colors picked up the colors, and then I made...
Where'd you get that fabric?
From Lois.
Oh, okay.
It came from her. And then I made 3-color twisted cording, and I used 2 strands of pearl cotton for each color. So 6 strands of pearl cotton total, and glued it across the top, and then just tied the little knot here. And then there's a pocket in the back.
It goes around the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry, glued it all the way around.
Yeah.
There's a pocket here that I can put a note in, and I had this little piece of ribbon, and I ran out of fabric because this wasn't a full fabric order.
Okay.
So I ran out. I didn't have enough, and I had this little piece of pink ribbon. So
perfect.
That's the last inspirational stitch done just in time.
And they're done in time.
Yes.
You won't be up the night before.
I won't be up the night
finishing.
before.
Yay.
Yes, which is fantastic.
Yes.
And so that was not a whip go piece, but it might wind up counting for one because I still have one inspirational stitch that hasn't been called, but I've finished all 5 of them. So when that comes up, I'll probably count one of the ones I did. Next up, I have this Mill Hill kit called Polar Surprise, sorry. This was an oldie. This was like, I think I stitched it in 2018. I put the year in it. And it came into the shop in 2017. So this one's been around for a while, but I still see them every once in a while, this series. And for Christmas, my mom gave me a bunch of frames. So this went perfectly into a Mill Hill frame.
How cute is that?
Yeah. So I framed that. I just put it around foam core, pinned it, and then I used the 2-sided tape on the back, but I just didn't take off the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with how that turned out.
Oh, is he cute?
Yeah.
Cute. And no, there's no glass because there's all beads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's seasonal. So I usually don't put glass in my seasonal pieces because they just go up for a little while. So there's that one.
Wow.
And then my last one, this was... yes, this was a July Whip Go number 9, finished with a frame. Oh no, I used that one, the Polar Surprise. But then I also had this one, and this is my Dahlia, also a Mill Hill kit. This one is also still around, and this one I knew I wanted to frame it just like it was. And there's a little tiny butterfly, goes down here and fell off in my bag. Can't even see where he went. So anyway, that's going to get glued back on when I get home. But yeah, that one's in the white Mill Hill frame.
That's
really pleased with it.
Really pretty.
So
and that's done on perforated paper.
They're both done. No, that one was the polar bear was on Ada. This one is on perforated paper.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm caught up with my Mill Hills, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
cool. I finished 2 projects, but I FFO'd 4, so I'm still ahead for the FFO challenge. If you don't know about the FFO challenge, I'm doing that with Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares, and we are encouraging people to finish everything they want to this year, or to pay for it to be finished, or take it to the framer. And we've had now over 1,000 posts with our hashtag FFO challenge. It's been very fun. There's some... Yeah, there's some awesome inspiration on there. Just amazing creative finishes, things that I've seen that I've stitched that other people have finished in a way I wouldn't even imagine.
Oh yeah,
giving me
some
lots
of the finishes
good ideas.
have been amazing.
So
amazing. Yeah,
it's fun. If you have a free hour, just in Instagram look up FFO Challenge 2023, and you'll find just some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a really productive weekend last weekend after we got home and got all 4 of those finished in one weekend. Now, this one, my flat fold had been finished and just needed the trim. So all I had to do was make the cording. I used the tutorial from Vanna, the Twisted Stitcher, to make the 3-color cording. which was great. It was very easy to follow and very easy to make. And I stole one of my husband's clamps, and he's not getting it back because I'm going to keep it in my sewing room. Because right now, my daughter is the one who always holds the other end of the cording when I'm making cording. But the way that Vanna does it, she just clamps it down on the table and then twists away. I was like, well, that's brilliant. So I acquired myself a new clamp from the garage.
You may have to acquire a second one for me.
He'll never notice it's missing.
Yeah, I was going to say you may have to acquire a second one for me.
Yeah. All right, so that's our FFOs.
And haul and happy mail. We'll start off with happy mail, which we had a viewer.
When do you want to show those that you made the 4 bags?
Down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. Don't pay attention to that.
We had a viewer who came into the shop. Unfortunately, it was the day that I picked them up from the airport, and I had to get up at 5 o'clock. And so I told Vicki I wouldn't be until noon because I came home and went back to bed. And our wonderful viewer came in sometime between 12 and 12:30 when I finally showed up with lunch. And she left a really nice packet of patterns for us to either stitch or give away. And we were delighted.
She didn't leave her name though, so
you did, you wrote on the envelope, and we don't know who you are, and I'm so disappointed. Yes. And if you come back in the store, I'll do my best to be there by 10 o'clock. But by that day, I was really dragging.
We're not going anywhere at 6 a.m. again for a while.
And so, the timing was such, I was like, oh my God.
It was the one day.
One day out of how many? Because I am not a morning person, and to get up. I mean, I should have just stayed up all night. It would have been better. But anyway, she sent us a bunch of patterns, and we have quickly gone through them, and we haven't definitely made any choice, but we certainly are both saying,
there's a few I definitely want to stitch.
So that was great. And then haul, oh my God.
Well, should I maybe talk a little bit about the trip
first?
Yeah,
this would be a good time to talk about
Acorns and Threads. So, so I'm sneaky, like a lot of you are, and I was like, oh, our kids haven't seen the Pacific Northwest, and oh, lo and behold, my company closes for the week of July 4th, and I knew one year it would line up with the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, and I could manage to take
which is the second Saturday
the second Saturday in July always, and so we would have the week off, and then I could take some time afterwards. It was perfect this year. And we took our kids to see a part of the country they hadn't seen.
And as you all know, I did not know she was going until she announced it here when I almost killed her.
Well, you knew we were going on vacation. You just
didn't tell me. The quilt show. Yeah, I was like, are you kidding
me? I had a very good day. I took probably close to 60 pictures. I keep threatening, one of these days I'll do it. I'm just going to slap them all into an iMovie. I'm not going to edit them the way we usually do for the video. And I'll put them up as a bonus. Yeah. It'll probably be like 5 or 10 minutes.
And we FaceTimed a lot during the day.
Yeah. So I called her and I sat and had lunch behind a quilt. It was a great, beautiful day, amazing show. And I went to the Stitching Post, which is the quilt
and that's
shop.
where my shirt came from.
No, it didn't come from the Stitching Post. It came from just one of the shops on Main Street.
Oh, okay.
And let's see.
And we were there when Jack was a baby, so that's like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And she said it's gotten bigger and much more than we remember. It's more stuff, it seemed like. And then the morning was really neat is they had a lot of lives, and they were showing the fire department. They brought their fire trucks, and they were hanging the quilts up on the buildings. And it's the whole town participates. If you haven't heard about it and you want to find something neat, just look up the Sisters Quilt Show, because it's amazing how and it's one day.
Yep.
One day.
They hang it in the morning and start taking it down at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds of quilts, and there's just so many different ones. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's just, and the weather is always good. Yeah. It's always good. Yeah. A lot of people there.
I'm thinking I might insert a few pictures as we're talking so that people can see.
Yeah, that would be good.
But I'll still do the full one. So the Stitching Post is the shop there, owned by Jean Wills and I think her daughter Valerie,
who has a last name that we don't know.
Yeah, also co-owns it with her. Yeah. But I saw Jean Wills. She was sitting in the shade talking with people. It was lovely. She talked about how people have wanted to come in and make it different and commercial, and she doesn't want any of that. So it's a very simple show. But I went into the shop. I probably overpacked, as many of us do, when we were going out there, which was stupid. You guys, if you know you're going to a quilt shop and a cross stitch shop,
just take throwaway clothes.
Seriously, take 2 t-shirts and wear them all week.
Nobody will know.
So I was like, I can't get anything really big. So I went mostly with flat stuff. So first I got this, I love making bags, briefcase style tote bag. It was very cool.
That's by Jean Wells.
By Jean Wells. It's Jean Wells
neat.
Designs, yeah. So that was a shop pattern. It's 12 by 10 by 6. So I think that's going to be an awesome tote.
Yeah.
So I got that pattern. I have plenty of fabrics. I'm just looking. I have some cherrywood fabrics from Lois. They would be good
that would
to
be
make
perfect.
this.
Yeah.
Very contemporary. And then this one, I think you have this pattern, but I bought it anyway. This is the little wallet, and that's by Valerie Wells. That's her name. I thought she had a different name, but she doesn't. And they had, just like my mom, I'm a sucker because I wasn't going to buy it until I saw these super cute kits, the little cupcakes and the macaron. And so I was like, well, now I have to buy it. So the kits come with the snap in them and everything. Do you have that one?
I don't know.
I feel like
I have one similar to it, but I don't know if it's that one for sure.
But I can't wait to make these.
Oh, that's great.
I just think they're super cute. And I think all I have to add is interfacing. And then
probably
it recommends
comes with a snap.
You use a template.
Yeah. Or you can use, I have the snaps.
And then I got, so she had the whole line of Charlie Harper fabric. And I love Charlie Harper. Just the artwork. I've always loved it. And so I didn't buy the whole line of fabric, but I did buy the panel. And this is the Rocky Mountains line. So let's see.
And we'll take a picture of her holding it up and we'll put the whole thing in.
So there it is.
Yeah, we'll take
It has the big beaver on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just really like this. I thought it would make a really nice
leave that out and we'll take a
wall
picture.
hanging. And then I decided to buy a couple of fat quarters. So I'll just lay them out. And I got these 4 fat quarters. These 3 are all the same line.
Yeah.
They were kind of cool. And this one I just thought was pretty. And those 2 are for you.
Oh,
I already gave her a bag of gifts, but I didn't tell her she was getting more.
Ooh.
Yeah. So those are for you.
Yay.
So that means I keep the green and the brown.
Which is no surprise.
Which is no surprise, you're right. So that's everything I got at the stitching post. Then I went to Acorns and Threads. You guys, the shop is amazing. What can I say? I mean, I walked in and it was just like, there's so many models. I said to Mom, like, you can't sneeze without hitting a model in that shop. They're everywhere. They're amazing. All different fabrics, counts, colors, styles, a ton of threads in the shop, a ton of patterns. She had frames, she had notions, so many things. So, and
we're not disparaging our shop because persnickety is small.
It's small.
And we're limited in what we can handle.
Yeah.
So this, I've talked to Vicki about moving and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so as a result, when we go to some of these other shows, even Vicki comments that she has shop envy because it would be nice to have a bigger one floor shop. Yeah.
This
definitely.
is the newspaper from the Sisters show, so I brought that back for you, but the map's not in it because I took it out, stuck it in my pocket, and then I lost it. Okay, so what did I buy? The first thing I saw was the Cosmo Floss Kit. I've not used Cosmo Floss, but this goes with the hands-on design map for plaid, which I got from Market.
Okay.
So I'm going to try the Cosmo Floss. The colors are they're just a little bit different than, DMC. So I thought that's a great way to try
And there's enough for
new
2
floss.
of us to do it.
And then I got, so this was a sucker purchase at the cash register. And actually I meant to get another one and it's marked the crab on the back. I was supposed to get the crab, but I wound up with the frog. So I'm probably going to have to get the other one from the shop. On the back of this, which you can't see, is a gorgeous butterfly. So the other side of the biscornu is a butterfly.
Oh, it's a biscornu.
It's a biscornu, yep, with frog and crab.
There's a frog on it.
Yeah.
The frog?
Oh, it was the crab
Oh,
one.
the crab.
I thought I
okay.
was buying the crab one. And the price tag says crab. They were in the box. They pulled them out of the box and threw a label on them for me, and I think they just grabbed the wrong one. So that's okay. I'll stitch this one, and then I'll get the crab one. And that's Meridian Designs. That was the designer I didn't know.
I've never heard of them. I've never said we didn't see them at Market.
Yeah. This was a shop exclusive by the Blue Flower, and it's called Acorns, and might wind up as a drum. I don't know if I'll get it into a drum, but it was so pretty, and it's neat to have a shop exclusive because I know I can't get this elsewhere. Don't tell me if I can get it anywhere else, you guys. If it's available now, that's okay. And then I love ink circles, and my husband and I love beer. So, and I believe diversity is a good thing. So, I mean, all of that together, I had to buy diversity and beer. So this is a fun one, and this is what I love.
Let me see the front. Celebrate diversity. Oh, that's hysterical.
So it says, your glass of beer may actually be in a snifter, tumbler, nonic, chalice, boot, pilsner, tulip, tub, thistle, goblet, flute, shaker, stang, Weizen, mug, pokel, stein, or yard. On the back, all the different
there's the yard
names for the different vessels.
That's great.
So yeah, that'll be a fun one. It's big. This turns out big, but even if you stitch it on small.
Wow.
And then she had a lot of 40 count, which our shop does not. And I got a fat quarter of vintage country mocha in 40 count because I just love vintage country mocha. So I figured that would be a good one to have. And then again, as I was getting close to checking out, because the boys got there and I hadn't shopped yet, so I had to kind of do this fast. I looked up on the wall, and she had the reindeer pieces that have those Swarovski crystals in them that I bought years ago. And I put them in my bag this year to say, I want to get the fabric and I want to stitch them. And I went, what'd you stitch those on? And she said, 36 count Belfast linen in white opal. And so I bought a fat quarter, which is long enough.
It sparkles.
To stitch all of them. Yeah, it has.
I don't know if you can see it.
The sparkles in it. I think it's showing there. And she had the frame. But I already told you I didn't have room for the flat stuff in my suitcase, so I knew I couldn't get a frame home. So I might be calling her back to have her ship it. But I'm so happy to get this because this means that I can start that piece soon. And then the last thing I got one for me and one for you. And these are zipper pulls that say
cool.
Acorns and Threads.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can pick one of your fall themed bags or a scissor, make it a scissor pull. So
neat.
And then Janine, the shop owner, said, I think you and your mom need bags. So I got Acorns and Threads bags, one for me, and I brought home the other one for mom. Yeah. And they are made with washable paper. She said it's the same fabric that's on the label of your jeans.
Oh, interesting.
So you can actually wash them.
Wow.
And there's directions on the tag. So
wow.
Yeah. So I had a great time at Acorns and Threads. I can move there in a heartbeat.
Right next door.
Yes. Yes.
Or actually right on the coast and you drive in, right? Or wherever it is.
Yeah, I would live on the coast and drive. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It's worth it.
Yeah. And then the last thing, so after I got home, Mom was at the shop, and so I went in to hang out with her because I'd been gone for so long. And it was the last day of the shop sale, where if you bought any pattern, you got the thread and the fabric 25% off. So, not a shock, I bought Reflections of Ireland from Ink Circles. I saw this one at market. I loved it. I've been thinking about it ever since. And I got the DMC 4045, which is what she stitched it with, the variegated DMC. And then I got this really pretty 32 count, I think it's an even weave. Yeah, it's an even weave in the color confetti. And I think it's just going to look fantastic.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
Yeah. This is more fabric than I need. What a shame.
Gosh. How are you going to handle that?
It's 25% off. I mean, when it's on sale, you got to buy it all, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So that's all my purchases.
Now it's my turn,
at the
right?
moment. Yeah.
Okay. I went up to Hobby Lobby. I live way too close to Hobby Lobby.
You
and
do.
I can't remember why I went. For some reason, I wandered in there, but I've seen people doing the little stitching on these little things.
Yeah.
And so I bought some. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to really do some research, whether you pop out that center or what the deal is, but I figure she'll figure
Somebody
it
will
out.
probably have a tutorial. Yeah.
And then these were on sale because it was after
4th of July.
4th of July. And it was just a cute little brick. And it's got the
nice.
border.
With the gingham?
Yeah, so I can just, do something and slap it on here. And then wait, now I have to show you this first.
Okay.
These were at Dollar Tree. And I couldn't find them in mine or a couple others, but my friend Karen in Stitch Group found them for me. She was looking, and so I've got 3 of them.
Oh, they have different.
Yeah, they're different.
This one's crooked. That's why it's a Dollar Tree.
Yeah. So these are the 3, and so when I was in Hobby Lobby, I bought chalkboard paint to paint the top black because that's what when she finished hers, it really came out cute. So I have an idea of what I'm going to use it for. And then while I was in there, I bought these little tiny rings so that I can attach little zipper pulls onto pieces. And then Helen D. And then, she uses these for cutting mat board. She uses these, which are disposable blades. And as you use them, you just break it off and use a new one. And they come in packs of 4 from Amazon. So
do you want to share one with your daughter?
Sure. So here's the green one for her.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you, Helen.
Yeah, Helen. Okay, so that was that. And then I was watching Primrose Cottage or something, and they had the finishing kit for the Christmas quilt. So I ordered the finishing kit, and since I ordered the finishing kit, I had to buy the pattern. But the pattern calls for Classic Colorworks, and we didn't have that in, but I can use any red, I think. And then Gentle Art is on Div, and I think I have that. So those will go together. So that means maybe they'll be finished in my lifetime. Who knows?
And you don't have this one already?
No.
Okay.
I hope not. If I do, guess what, guys? Somebody will get it. And then I had ordered these, and they came in the other day. So I got the Christmas alphabet, because I love alphabets. And that's DMC, but I could probably use the same colors.
That's super cute.
And then somebody told me that this was too cute, so I ordered it. And there's no place like home. And
somebody commented on our video.
Yeah, and you made me buy it.
Did you see the new Primrose with snowmen?
Yeah, so somebody made me buy it. And then I had ordered this quite a while ago. Oh, crap. There's more. Sometimes you can't find things. Quite a while ago, when we were going over my plans for this year. So that we figured out what fabrics I would need. And so I ordered a yard of 25 count vintage country mocha. And that finally came in.
Even weaves.
Yeah. So I love that.
Gorgeous.
And then let's see. Oh, okay. Then
that's mine.
No, you're giving him but I borrowed these 2 from Jennifer. Okay.
She borrowed these.
These 2. All right. So there.
But you didn't buy them.
No, I didn't buy them.
I bought them.
And then Color and Cotton, the 3 colors are Sea Anemone. I guess I could open them and really read
we saw Sea Anemones, but they were not that color.
Yeah.
They were
Sea
green.
Anemone, Coral Reef, and Jellyfish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so those are the Color and Cotton colors for this month.
Nice.
I get the 3.
Brights,
I get the 3 brights. Yeah. And then Jamie on Cornhusker State Stitchers did this, and I tried to find the pattern and I couldn't, so I ordered it from them because they have a website now and they have an online business, and it's Heartland Quilt.
We will link
we'll link it below. So I ordered this because I have a bathroom full of patriotic stuff. And
I like that one.
Yeah.
I think I might have to stitch that when you're done with it.
And then somebody had these the pillows that Thread Milk has done, and I'm originally from New Jersey, so I ordered that, and I'm living in Indiana for 20 years now, so I ordered that one. I lived in Texas for 36 years, 3 months and 2 days, but I'm not ordering that one. And then this came as a freebie. And
she included it in
the package, in with my my state things.
And it's stickers.
It's stickers.
Yeah.
And then it's Heartland Quilt. Here's the
yeah.
And then it's Sarah's Sewing, I believe. She has these felt
Ironing mats.
But they come
like puzzle pieces.
Like puzzle pieces. So you can put them together. So you don't have to have a great big one. And I thought for retreat that was great.
Yeah.
And if you ordered 4 of them, it was free shipping. So guess who has 4 of these now? But it'll be great for retreat.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We can once we have a really small
ironing board, yeah.
We can put on the ironing board. And
funny story, the first time we took a wool mat to retreat, we used it all weekend with steam. And by the end of the weekend, it smelled like sheep in our corner of the room. Because it was like wet sheep.
Oh, and then you guys saw my bag that came from Acorns and Threads.
Yeah.
And, Jen brought me some
pretty... That's all the shopping you did?
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't bring any of your other gift stuff that I gave you?
No, I just realized that. Jen got me some really pretty placemats that had sunflowers on them. You'd love them, Terry. And a towel that went with them. And
your t-shirt.
My t-shirt.
And a bunch of magnets.
And, oh yeah, magnets. And I got a new front door recently, and it's steel. So now I ran out of room on my refrigerator. So now the inside of my door is getting covered with magnets. Yeah. And my kids know wherever they go, they have to bring me a magnet. And now my grandchildren are being very good about it. I got a text from them. Okay, do you have Mount St. Helens? Do you have Mount Hood?
Yeah.
And my oldest grandson, when he's skiing and stuff, he knows. And when I see him, he's like, "Here, Grandma, I have a magnet for you." Yeah, nice. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So my haul wasn't terrible. Really?
No. And some of it was planned a long time ago.
Yeah.
One thing was planned.
Yeah, the fabric was a long time ago. Yeah. The others were just kind of whatever.
Yeah. All right. I haven't been doing any quilting or any crochet, but you have been doing some quilting.
I think I've shown you this pattern before. This is called the Little Glam Bag. And they're fun to make.
Pink Sand Beach Designs.
And I made a bunch of them. You've seen them before, but I got carried away and I made 1, 2, 3, the backing from this quilt.
Yeah.
4. So I made 4 of them and they're finished. I stitched the lining on the end. They're fully lined. And I stitched the lining on the inside. And so,
cork on the bottom.
Yep.
Fully lined on the inside.
Yep. So they were fun. And I got them done.
Knitting? Have you been knitting?
Yep. I've been working on my sock, which my knitting just fell away. Where'd it go?
I don't know. It's behind you here.
Oh, can you reach it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been working on my sock, and we haven't had too many doctor appointments lately, but it's starting up again. So, I have the one sock finished, but this one
you didn't. I don't think you showed it because it was downstairs.
Oh yeah. So that sock is finished, and this one I'm just ready to start turning the heel, which I will be doing this week and next week because we have doctor's appointments.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
New pair of socks. Nice.
Yeah. And
is that all?
Yeah. It's over there. Oh yeah. No, I think that's it.
Okay.
A pair of shoes.
All right. We had giveaways from last time. There are 2 people who have not responded. The other one who did respond, yours will go out this week.
I'm sorry. I really intended to get it out sooner, but life gets in the way.
So we have the person, your YouTube name is Jerry R. Minchin, but I think it's Denise. And then D.A.Z. Stitcher. So please look back at our last episode to see what you won and send us an email with your information. If we don't hear from you in the next 3 weeks, we will redraw on our next episode.
Yeah.
Plans over the next few weeks? You're going to get a dog?
Our cross stitch, hopefully. Our cross stitch retreat is coming up in August and we're full. And so I need to really start getting my act together and gathering. I have a pile over there and getting everything together and, getting the paperwork finished that I have to do. And work on that.
Host a retreat. It's a small retreat for 30 in Indianapolis, just north of
Indianapolis. It's a cross-stitch retreat.
Yeah, it's a sit-and-stitch retreat. We always enjoy it.
Yep, it runs from Thursday to Sunday.
Yep, so I think we'll film right before it next time.
Yeah, and maybe we'll be able to stick some pictures in after at the next one.
Yeah.
And so, so I'm going to be getting ready for that. Again, we've got some doctor visits coming up. And then, are you leaving before we film?
After. So
okay.
We have retreat through Sunday, and then we're going to take my daughter to college leaving on Tuesday. Yeah. So I'll work Monday while she madly packs the car. And then Tuesday we'll head out to New York and be home that weekend.
Oh, okay.
We drop her off on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stay with Jack. I'm in charge of Jack because he didn't get his license.
He didn't get his license
so,
in time.
Yeah. So I'm going to probably spend a couple nights down at her house during the school week so that I don't have to get him to school by dark
7 o'clock.
Yeah. And then I can take care of the dog and the cat, and they don't have to come up here.
Yeah.
And then on the weekend we'll work it out with him.
Yeah, the dog could come up here on the weekend.
Yeah, the dog can come up and roll in whatever she rolled in when she was
know.
here the last time. Oh my
gosh.
Lord.
Yeah.
They came home and I said, I didn't know how to give her a bath because I didn't have any dog shampoo. I didn't want to use my good stuff on her.
Yeah.
And my and oh my God, did she stink.
She rolled in something.
Yeah, she rolled in, and I can't figure out what it is. I walked the whole yard.
Yeah.
We have a big yard, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
We think it might be under the bushes.
Well, it was all in her fur.
Yeah.
That's why you can find it.
Oh, did she smell?
Yeah.
Oh.
So she got a good bath when she came home.
Yeah. So that's my plans is retreat and minding Jack.
Well, that'll be after our next video, but I'll be working with my daughter to get her packed up and ready to go to school, and then my son will start school before we film our next video, I think.
Yep.
And he's going to be a junior. He's going to play tennis. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah.
And I have to make Jenna the duffel bag that I promised I would make her as a graduation gift.
That's right.
So I got to get going because it's like a 14-page set of instructions.
You're going to do 2 of them at the same time? Because remember, mine's for my birthday. How many years ago?
No, you got to cut out your own fabric. I know. That's why I told you. You had to buy the fabric and cut it out. But hers is a priority.
I've got everything, but I just need to do it.
So, all right. So I think that's everything. We have a question for you like we always do. Mom's doing her red work piece. I bought the green
the trees
piece. Oh, and the trees.
Yeah.
And so our question today is, if you're going to work on a single color piece that's only one color of thread, what color would you choose? Maybe it's your favorite color, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. So tell us what you think. Or if you have one in progress, what color did you choose? Yeah. So we're curious to hear what colors everybody would choose for.
Or if you have one in progress you want us to show, you can send it to 2tallstitchers@gmail.com and we'll flash it up here.
We'll show it. Yep. Great. All right. I think that's everything.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can find us on Instagram. I'm at Jen Quilter. Mom is at Grand Stitches. Mm-hmm. And you can email us, like she said, 2tallstitchers@gmail.com. You can find other information in the links below. All the shops. No, not all the shops that we mentioned. Remember this list, you guys? Not all of them. Probably just a couple of shops today. We'll link Heartland and Persnickety and anywhere you bought stuff that you mentioned.
Yeah.
The Flosstubers we mentioned, and we encourage you to go over and check them out if you haven't watched them already. So thank you very much. We hope you had a good time with us today. We hope you all have a great day.
And we do want to say we hope that those of you that are in all this terrible heat and everything are doing okay. I mean, that's really scary. Yeah. You know, we lived in Texas for a long time and it was hot, but it was never like this. Yeah. And I feel for you. I feel for my friends in Houston and all over the state, actually, because it's just been miserable. So we hope you're doing okay. We're thinking about you and hoping you're fine. Hope rolling blackouts don't affect you too much. And you have lots of stitching that you can do indoors. Yeah. Yeah. Battery operated lights. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Everybody have a great time. Take care and we'll see you in 3 weeks. Bye. Bye.